I am Father Atilano, Nonong Fajardo of the Congregation of the Mission. I'm working here at Adamson University as the Director of Extension Services. The Vincentian Center for Social Responsibility is a product of engagement with government, NGOs, and particularly with the communities where we work with. And as a backgrounder, it all started when, as a priest who believes in the power of the priest to be the bridge between powers. I say powers between God and His people, but in concrete realities, the people and those in position. It started with the rail tracks when we negotiate for the social what do you call this? Services of the people. That relocation sites that only have houses for the relocatees, but most especially the social services that they need in order for them to live as human persons. Like, for example, the clinics, schools, they have the social halls, and enough grounds for them to be able to work, to play, and for them to be able to breathe, so that they can work together as a community. And this I did for the past 2 years. And when I was transferred to Adamson University, believing that partnership with community should not stop once you stop your work with them, it was my desire that Adamson could be that bigger personality who could do what I was doing with the people. You see, when you start working with people, you don't stop because you stop for the sake of stopping. Whatever they need, you are there, but changes in roles happen. And what we did with the work in Adamson is to ask the professors to volunteer simply their time every Saturday. You know, at first I got 20 volunteers who only volunteered for 2 months. I told myself, how can this happen when I only have 20 volunteers, and if it's sustainable and long term, what happens after the 3rd month? But I always believe what St. Vincent said, that the poor will be your master. And once you get in contact with them, the poor will teach you the way, and the poor will teach you what to do. Believing in that, we started in the first week with the formation of these volunteers. We made it sure that they are formed on how to deal not only as the known persons, but persons who doesn't know and will have to learn from the poor. And for that reason, we have to equip ourselves. Not because we're knowledgeable, but because when we go there, we need to learn how to learn from them. Because for us, it's the school where we can learn the mechanics and dynamics of social development. Because they're the ones there, they can teach us what and how to do it. And every time they go there, I told them to remove from their minds what they have at school and learn from community-led processes. And I believe that this empowering tool is what will move not only the community, but will move them to give themselves more to the community. And you know, surprisingly, after the first month, our volunteers became addictive to the learnings that they had experienced, up to the point that their families, members were reacting to them. How come my mother is now out of the university from Mondays to Fridays, and Saturdays she will still be going to the poor communities? And what some mothers did was to bring their husbands and children to the community without explaining to them And indeed, it was the poor who again lectured to these husbands and children. And you know, after those experiences of immersion, it is now their husband who kept telling them every Friday evening, okay, take a rest because tomorrow you need to go to the community. And it was a total shift in the family as well as in the community. And this commitment of our volunteers actually was caught and became the very value of commitment that the community had experienced. That's why, having experienced and witnessed what commitment means in sustainability forms, they begin to have a concrete meaning of what sustainability means because of the experience with our facilitators. They caught sustainability by the very witnessing of the professors. And they got discipline by the Saturday going and visiting of our professors. That's why every time they have problems, our professors will just say, I want to go to the community because every time I go there, I find myself enriched. What then is the connection of this into the bigger plan of the Vincentian Center for Social Responsibility? We believe that Adamson is a Vincentian university whose motto is education with a heart, is not only there for quality education, nor for research, but most especially for integrating our studies with the community. We want a university that engages with the poor communities and translate what we have learned, particularly so that communities, through the knowledge that we have, can find themselves knowledgeable together with our students and professors. That is what we lack in the Philippine context. Because in the Philippine context, we have so much jealousy. We want nobody up there. But with this paradigm shift of transfer of technology and knowledge by actual immersion, I think everybody gets the credit and gets the actual experience of what it means to act as a team. Secondly, this is also performing what St. Vincent's charism is. That knowledge without service is devoid of any charity. That's why there is a need for knowledge to be concretely and authentically immersed, so that this knowledge can actually be the source and the root of charity, and likewise for charity becoming empowered because of the knowledge that can name the actual experiences of people. And this is what the university is all about, to translate into knowledge formation the actual experiences of people.